Gentlemen, we are back for the Paintball Ruined My Life live stream. You know, we missed last week. You know, it was Christmas and I don't know. I just didn't want to do it. So we're here. We have, you know, some stuff to talk about this week. We have a HK Army RMX goggle right there. We're going to I don't know, take it apart and compare it to like a Proflex and compare it to the Carbon Zero. And then we got a bunch of pro news, like Todd Martinez is retiring. We're going to talk about the Summit Awards more. We got lots of pro stuff we can get into. So, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do first. I guess we'll maybe just cover some news stuff and then jump into HK Army RMX. But as always, the best paintball store in the world, BFPgear.com, have been a long time supporter. I should switch over to this window. A long time supporter of this thing. And we're going to talk about this goggle system right here, the RMX, which they have fully in stock, you know, over at BFP Gear. Whether you want this black one, we're going to talk about this gray one right here. I've always kind of liked just a red goggle frame. I'm kind of partial to just that red goggle frame. I like the RMX. And BFP Gear also have their holiday giveaway wrapping up in 2 days. The last day to enter for the giveaway is going to be the 31st. And all you got to do is spend $50 and you get entered into the raffle or giveaway. Each time you spend $50, you get another entry. So you spend $100, you get 2 entries. You can see all your winners right there, what you're going to get. One lucky person is going to get paint for a year. You know, 4 of you guys are going to get it for a month or a case of paint a month. You get the custom force. There's a lot of giveaways. We've been covering this for about a month now. So if you haven't seen it, you've missed out. Well, not really. You've missed out on my talking about it. You still have a few days, a couple days left to get your chance to win a case of paint for a year, or paint for a year, a case of paint a week, a custom force where you actually get to go to Field 1. You get this cool Dynasty jersey package. There's a lot of cool giveaways, but all you gotta do is buy stuff at BFP Gear and spend $50. There's a link in the description if you want to find out more information about that, you know, like all the exact stipulations and stuff. Or maybe you want to pick up yourself an RMX. I just saw this too the other day, actually not the other day, I saw this today. They actually listed all, look at this, the full JT Proflex Brimstone collection right here, all 12 masks. Although, you know, I was looking at these and I was like, man, they do look similar in color, right? But that's because there's like 3 different blue colors. There's this blue, there's that blue, and there's another blue. This is kind of like turquoise. I don't know the names of all of them. I don't know the birthstones by heart. BFPgear.com. You can pick those up, or actually, you know, in any individual Brimstone masks, they still have back in stock. The topaz yellow one just came out. I actually kind of like the yellow one. I was like, that's pretty cool. How is everybody? Is there an echo? I hope there's no echo. Why do I hear an echo? God damn it. I have no idea why you hear an echo. Why is someone else like, there's no echo? Echo. We're good now? What? I don't know. There should have never been an echo. Oh, only when I had it up. Damn. Okay, I get it. I know what happened then. Echo! Now there's no echo. Alright, whatever. There's always something goes wrong. There's always something. But I have that monitor on too. I want to turn this audio monitor off. I don't know why my microphones weren't working earlier, so I had to be a little weird with the microphones. Why? What is going on here? Okay, monitor off. That's all I want to do. Okay. Hopefully everyone's well. Hopefully, you know, you had a good Christmas. We got, I was going to say Thanksgiving break coming up, but no, that's over. We have New Year's coming up here also. You know, I don't know if I'm going to do anything. I don't really care about New Year's. You know, maybe I cared 10 years ago, but I don't know. I don't care anymore. All right, I don't know. Let's just jump into what we have on the schedule. First, in this list of things we're going to talk about, we have Todd. Cash Money, Todd Martinez information. Todd Martinez. Oh, you like my funeral music too? Damn it. I forgot about it. I was going to say Todd Martinez is retiring from pro paintball. I don't know. I don't really fully buy it, but you never know. Todd Martinez, if you don't know Todd, speaking of Todd, Mark, if Mark, if you're in here, there's a picture of Todd. Mark, you should be here. I think I saw your name. There is a picture of Todd wearing that karate belt. Todd Martinez announced his retirement from the professional paintball circuit, I guess we can say. There's some funny pictures in here. These are just a smattering of the collection of pictures I've collected of Todd. Todd Martinez, very influential, famous person in paintball. If you don't know who Todd Martinez is, he played for the Iron Kids, was one of those maybe original Iron Kids. Maybe he came in a couple months after the original formation, but was a start of the Iron Kids. The Iron Kids are a legendary paintball team. Was home to Oliver Lang and Alex Frage, Angel Fargosa. We had Kevin Breathauer, SK, on that team. I probably missed someone. Maybe I missed Yosh Rao. Maybe I didn't say Yosh. A lot of current and previous original Dynasty players were on the Iron Kids. Todd also played for, I said Dynasty, maybe not. Dynasty, he played for Aftershock, had a very legendary Aftershock game that helped them win World Cup, I believe in 2000. There he is right there with Aftershock, 2002 probably. Played for Infamous for one tournament. Then he injured his knee and then would never play pro paintball again. That was 2010. That's when he actually started coaching. He would coach Infamous for 2 years, coached Infamous for 2 years, coached Vicious for 2 years, 2012 to 2014. Vicious was probably one of the cooler opportunities he had. I think that it was a new team and just a bunch of homegrown players from Omaha, Nebraska. Coached the Ironman as well for 2 years, for 4 years, 2016 to 2020. Also coached Breakout Spa, coached Houston Heat. But most recently, the last 2 years were spent with Chicago Aftershock. Todd is not leaving paintball. He's just not going to really coach or, play pro anymore. He hasn't played pro in, 15 years, but he won't be coaching anymore. He said he's going to try and open up a field with Giant Party Sports. Giant used to have a field in San Diego around that area, and I think that they're going to try to reopen one with the help of Todd. He's been helping out Defy, was instrumental in SC Village opening their new turf field. He's got a family, so just, I think, stepping away from all that traveling and all the super commitment of coaching at this very high level. I think Todd is probably the best announcer we've ever had in paintball. Some of the best I don't like this beanie. Looks like funky right there. It's like bothering me. Looks like I have like a bunch of hair bundled up here or something. One of the best announcers ever, the best announcer ever. I really enjoy when Todd was always in that announcing booth, and I really, really hope he comes back. I think that he looked like he was somewhat interested in it, or they were talking on the Play the Game podcast. I believe that's what I was listening to, about him potentially maybe getting back in the announcing booth. I don't think that anything was ever offered to him. It didn't seem like it, but it seemed like he possibly interested. So I would really, really like Todd to start announcing again. Todd Martinez retiring from pro paintball. I also wouldn't be surprised if he comes back and does something else soon. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Todd will start playing with Aftershock 10-man or something. That'd be kind of cool. We also got word that the Spica, Kyle Spica, is no longer going to play pro paintball and transform and morph into a coach. Although maybe not transform and morph into a coach, as he's been coaching a handful of teams playing the WCPPL and helping coach some of the NXL teams for a handful of years now. So it's not like he's unexperienced in that coaching role, and certainly not inexperienced in pro paintball, having played for AC Diesel these past 2 years. Obviously played for Dynasty right there in an Impact jersey. I think played professionally his first year pro, yes, was certainly with the Ironman. Kind of was in that Latin Saints debacle a few years ago. But stepping down from playing, it's with AC Diesel and going to be coaching San Diego Dynasty. Dynasty not earlier this year, I should say only a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, announced that Mike Bianca, their head coach, was going to step back from that head coaching role, and analyst or strategery guy, Junior Brown, is going to step up into that head coaching role at Dynasty. And then to fill Junior's role will be Kyle Spica as their, I think that they said he was going to be his strategic coach or something like that. The strategery guy. Strategery. I think George Bush said that. Or maybe he didn't say that. Maybe that was just Dana Carvey on SNL. But Kyle Spica going into a coaching role. We should also note that Kyle Spica has Tiger Wear also. Tiger Wear, or I say they because it's him and Alex Goldman's, kind of like, paintball apparel company. Kyle Spica going to Dynasty. What are you guys talking about real fast here? And then we'll talk about more stuff. Spica is kind of young to hang up those cleats. I don't know. That's what I thought. He's 35. I think. I'm pretty sure it said that earlier, because that's what I thought. And I looked, and I was like, oh, it says he's 35. Let's go check real fast. At least that's what PB Leagues said. Kyle Spica. Oh my God, I can't type. PB Leagues. This is how I find paintball players. I go here and I just click the first one and hope that it's Kyle. There it is, but you can't click those links. Here we go. He'll be in here. Kyle Spica, 35. Which, in pro paintball, we've seen obviously guys play that are a decade older than he is, guys on his team like BJ Henningberg. BJ's, I think, 43. So, and BJ's a very aggressive player too. So still playing at a high level, you can certainly still play at like a higher level being old, but 35, I don't know. He's finally transitioning into his final form. All right, what else we got here? Then we're going to take apart this RMX. We'll I don't know, maybe we'll do one thing. Let's just talk about Aftershock really quick. We'll just talk about Aftershock's new roster, and then we'll take apart an RMX. Chicago Aftershock have dramatically changed their roster, adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new players. Let's kind of go through them in order. We have Michael. Let's go here. Let's start there with Jesse Stevens. Jesse Stevens spent the last 2 years with AC Diesel, played with X Factor for a long time. He was kind of like in and out of paintball for a few years, but always just kind of continued to play with X Factor. Came up pro with X Factor. I think that he I don't remember. At one point in time, there was like this kind of I don't call it a TV show, but it was kind of like a reality show on the internet on like X Factor was like looking for a new pro player or something like that. And they had this like tryout thing, and they made it like a few episodes. And I think that Jesse ended up winning that. But that was, I mean, 2012 or 2011 or something like that. Also pretty cool, we have Mason Hines coming over from the Lucky 15s. He's been with the Lucky 15s for a long time, but not played for any U.S. pro teams, but has been making those trips over to like World Cup. Like this year, no. I don't think, no. Last year, the Lucky 15s played World Cup and has been making those trips over when they've been doing it. Jared Lackey, also a veteran player, played for AC Diesel, spent last year with Diesel, played for Damage for a few years, played with NYX for a few years, played for Thunder, played for NRG, played for Top Gun, if anyone remember T1, Top Gun Union, from about 12-ish years ago. We had Mark Franz. Mark Franz is going to join Aftershock, played for Notorious last year, played for the Tauntauns. Kinda, right? I mean, the Tauntauns and Notorious sort of merged last year, and Mark Franz was the only, I believe, Notorious player left over. So making that trip to Chicago, I guess. I don't know who these guys are. I don't know who Max Rooney is. I don't know who you are, Max. I looked you up, and I couldn't find any information on the internet. Michael Rojas, I don't know who he is either. Although he did play for Shock last year. Played for after the Shock semi-pro team and getting that bump up into the pro team. Also played for the U19 squad last year. So I guess I kind of know a little about him. Why do I not have Max Stencil? I did not put any information for you. Maxim? Sorry. Good luck playing pro. Sorry. Damn, what did I miss these guys? I totally missed these two guys. I have them obviously in the slideshow, but I did not put my anything for notes down. Jet, you got a cool ass last name though, or a first name. I mean, shit. It's way better than Brad. That's a cool name too, though, although you guys got cool names. Aftershock's roster is just so different now. I mean, I said they added 6 players, but right there were 8. This was their roster last year, and I can't imagine any of these players are coming back. And there's been so much movement, you know, just in the pro division in general, with guys retiring and players moving teams. I don't remember off the top of my head where all these guys went. Like A-Rod, I have a feeling A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez on the bottom there is retiring. John Parrish, I'm confident, pretty sure he's going to Impact. Trent Nita, I don't know. Connor Kelly certainly went to a different team, but I cannot tell you off the top of my head. Hoskinson, he'd also be a good pickup for someone. Corey Hall would also be a good pickup, but again, I don't really remember. There's just been so many goddamn teams moving. Impact. Someone said Impact. Oh, Corey. No. Hoskinson. Corey. No. Connor Kelly went to Impact. Yeah. Alex. I'm pretty sure that's what that was for. Yeah, there's just so many people moving teams, and I set this all up only on today, and it's just like, I gotta try to get everything done, and I can't go back and like research, you know? I'm just gotta try to bang it out. LJ, for sure. So John Parrish right there, and Connor Kelly, both to Impact. I don't know. Impact's always good, so, you know, Impact will be good. Okay, so we should take apart this mask. But first, give me a like on the live streams. Live stream. If you're here right now, we're going to take apart this mask. And, you know, give the live stream a like before we do that. Yes. Give live stream a like. And, you know, I'll get this hat over here. So I've kind of taken one of these apart. I was like around when somebody took one of these apart. We were like standing together and stuff like that. But I didn't actually like take this apart. So this is going to be like our very first experience. I have so much crap everywhere. I'm trying to like move stuff around. our very first experience together taking apart the HK Army RMX. I think I like it. I think we're going to come to the conclusion that I actually like it. Try putting on an old visor and the new frame. Try putting on an old visor on the new frame. Which frame? Like the QLS frame? My goal right now was to actually have a QLS frame, and we were going to like compare. We're going to switch to this top-down camera. We were going to compare. No top-down. Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess we got to like set the camera up really quick. Maybe not. Maybe it's all still saving the settings. I was going to switch this light. Oh, yeah, we're good. This camera doesn't save settings, you can probably tell. QLS. Yeah, I was going to try and have the QLS so we can compare this directly with the QLS right now, but I totally forgot to ask somebody to bring it to me, so I just totally forgot. My time frames got all weird. I just totally forgot that it was the weekend, and it was the weekend. Because Christmas threw me all off. Should we make it a little brighter, though? Hold on. Just a smidge. Okay. The HK Army. Let's move these off frame. I don't want this stuff on frame. Bothers me. Okay, we'll put this over here, I guess. Hope it's still in frame, though. Hold on. Okay. The HK Army RMX. So, what I really want to do is we'll just try to take this apart and see how easy it goes apart and how, difficult it is to take apart. I'll try it on. We'll like compare it weight-wise to these things and, which one's the most breathable, and I don't know. I'll just give my opinions and talk about it for a little bit. So, let's start. We can just take this chin strap off just because I just want to take it off so it makes it a little easier. So, chin strap should just pull out. It just pulls off really easy. It's a freaking chin strap. It shouldn't be too difficult here. It's just kind of like a tight little squeeze. There we go. Magnetic chin strap. The thing that's funny about these is there used to be a company called Fidlock, or there still is a company called Fidlock that actually designed these, and these are all just knockoffs of the Fidlock stuff. I don't know how that works. It's not just HK like knocking them off either. The new JT masks that are coming with these magnetic chin straps too, they're not really like branded, I don't think. I don't know how that works. RMX. Okay, so I like really don't know how to do this, but I believe we can see that little post right there, that like, I don't know what the hell to call this thing. That thing right there. Believe if we rotate this. Good Lord. No. Do we rotate? We rotate the whole. Yes, you rotate this whole outside piece. At one point I took apart the HK, the Hostile mask, but it's been so long, so we just rotate. I thought it was rotate forward. Is it rotate back? Rotate back. And that just pops right out, so that's really easy. And then the other side should be the same, right? Rotate back. Off. And then I'm going to say we push the lens forward, or if we maybe grab the edges and pull out. Okay. And then this is pretty much just like the ProFlex, right? So it's not like, there's no reason for us probably to fully disassemble. I just wanted to kind of see how easy that lens came out. Really easy. You know, I think it's probably easier than these carbon masks. I don't ever take lenses out of masks anymore. Maybe not easier. These are also simple. You just kind of turn up this piece and then, you know, rotate it around, and that lens is also gonna like just slide right out. So also not hard. Certainly, I think gonna be easier than the JT ProFlex, obviously with this standard ProFlex frame, but they also got that quick new lens system. But I still think that this RMX lens system, or the, you know, carbon stuff, is probably still going to be just a little easier. But like I said, it's really just ProFlex parts. So really these pieces do just kind of like snap into each other, but I don't really want to, this isn't my mask. I don't really want to like just start ripping parts apart. Oh well. Okay, we're not doing that because I want to actually put it on. I don't want to sit here for 5 minutes and struggle with this in weird live stream time. But it comes apart easy. You know, the one thing that we did realize, and the one part that I was really curious about, is these lenses. Because that is the same lens mounting system as their Hostile mask or that skull mask they do have. So we were kind of curious, like, are these lenses any different, or what's the difference with these lenses? But they are exactly the same. So HK have these labeled as RMX, and they also have their Hostile lenses, which are different in price. So they're selling these for $30, this RMX version, and then those Hostile, the HSTL ones, are $25. The only difference is the actual foam. So on the foam, on the Hostile lens, the foam is actually a little bit more inside. So with this foam being pushed out to the edges a little bit more, with the RMX version, it actually gives you slightly better field of view. Whereas if you're to put that Hostile lens inside the RMX, this foam creeps up a little bit higher into your field of view. So it cuts off your field of vision a little bit. Whereas the foam on this, it's essentially non-existent. So you can use those Hostile lenses inside the RMX and, you know, vice versa. Okay, so there's a little bit of a slot on the nose that I guess that's got to go into. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, most of these lenses, like, you know, on a masks, they don't have like. I'm gonna break this goddamn thing. Most of them just go on. You know, where this is actually having, like, kind of like the ProFlex, it wants it to slot into there, and you also have to like line up those little holes on these tabs. So I'm guessing maybe we go nose first. No, I don't know. Let me put it in on the top first and then kind of slide it down in. Damn, see, this side keeps popping out. Every time I get one side in. Okay, there it is. So I don't know, I wouldn't say that that's like super easy, but it definitely wasn't hard. I mean, it's the first time I've ever done it, so it should be easier. Okay, then that should go back in, and let's make sure it's going all the way through. It is not. In and nope. Man, it just can't push it freaking all the way in there. And one of the problems is like that. There's like, you're supposed to push it flush, but like the goggle strap like pokes out so far. So it's like you really got to like, maybe if I pull the strap back so it doesn't have that big notch. Oh, that's way better, yeah. Now, there you go. So this side should be easier. We pull it back a little bit. We'll fold it under. It's also so hard to like show this on camera because I gotta hold the thing all crazy. I gotta hold it like in front of me, you know? I can't like hold it like I naturally hold the thing. Okay. Woof! It's actually on there, right? Yeah, okay. That wasn't too bad. I mean, like I said, it is like the easiest, or the first time I've ever done it, so. And it's brand new, you know, these masks a little bit, they tend to like get a little bit easier to deal with over time, you know. If you've used it a handful of times, it just starts to like stretch a little bit. It just gets a little bit easier to put stuff together. So one thing we definitely probably want to know is which one's the most breathable, right? I mean, these are easily, I think, the 3 most breathable masks, you know, really ever made. We have the really just regular ProFlex that I've had for, I don't know, 10 years or something like that. No, not that long, like 5. I do have that G1 foam, that good, nice foam in there, though. Really like the Carbon Zero. This is probably like my favorite mask, I think, right now. Or maybe the RMX now, I don't know. It's a battle. Let's switch back over, and I'm going to put them on. You can actually see what they look like, at least. Man, I don't know why we're not, like... We're not switching over like I want. Okay. What are you guys saying? HK has always been known to copy someone else's products. It's not the first time they've done this. What did they do? Did they copy this? This is not a copy of anything. Is it? I don't know. I don't think it is. Crash Cooter. Yeah, I like this. I like these too. Oh God. You can see what I sound like. Maybe I like, you know, have some sort of different echo or something like that. But I honestly think that, like, you know, playing with the ProFlex for, I mean, almost the entire time I've played paintball for, like, you know, 25 years, something like that. The ProFlex and the Carbon Zero probably breathe just as well as one of another. I don't think that one, like, breathes necessarily any better or worse. I mean, I don't know, though, actually putting this on back to back. Having this so open, you know, on the bottom, even though ventilation in the holes might be very similar, having the bottom so, like, open versus, like, you know, it's just a lot more cut off, will do something. And it definitely sounds better in this. I mean, I can't hear myself speaking nearly as much as I can. Yeah, the Carbon Zero, definitely I can hear myself talk more. How about the RMX? The HK Army RMX. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say that sounds like a ProFlex, kinda, right? Man, having that, like, tinted lens is crazy looking, though. I like these. I like the way these looks. I'm a fan of these. About all the same size. You know, I would say that the Carbon Zero is probably a little smaller, and this is the small carbon mask too. This isn't like the extended one. The ears are a little bigger though. You can see my ear doesn't actually hang out like it does on the RMX or the ProFlex. I mean, my ears hang out on the ProFlex too. Ventilation? I don't know, man. Actually, the ProFlex might be better. Ventilation-wise? I still think the Proflex is the best. Carbon Zero? Yeah, I think the Proflex. Ventilation? I didn't think it would actually be that different. And it's really not. I mean, you can't notice much of a difference. I would say that it's, you know, very minute. If you were to play all day Saturday with this thing and then you played all Sunday with this one like the next day, you probably wouldn't notice a difference. But I think putting them on right back to back, you know, you can compare them really quick, so we can notice a bit of a difference. The price on those is good though, $150, you know, versus about $200 depending on, you know, what's happening with the Carbon Zero. We do have to say the Carbon Zeros, you do get, sometimes you get two lenses. With their nicer version, you get two lenses. You do get the goggle case, whereas this, you really don't get anything. You just get like a, you know, a goggle bag. So it's certainly a better value for the Carbons, and still a better deal for the, you know, just regular Proflexes that are about $85. Field of vision wise, I don't know. I mean, they're so similar. Let's see. Let's just put them back on and see real fast. I also, like, if you notice, like, I wear the mask super high too, right? Like, I have this, like, I really like to wear it super high. So, I think that really probably wearing it lower like this, you might be able to get a better field of view. But it just feels more comfortable to me, being, like, really high on my head. I don't know. I'm going to put them all real fast. Yep, RMX. But again, it's not much. It's not all that much. The one thing I don't like, and about, like, it's hard to see. We kind of talked about the foam difference on, I don't know if you can, like, I don't know if we're going to be able to see through it. Can it see through? Not really. I mean, I guess maybe. I don't know. But the foam on these, with that clear lens, you can for sure see it. See how, like, there's just a little bit of a gap between, like, the foam and the bottom of the lens? So, like, you can actually see through that. You know, like, I can, like, I'm looking through this little gap right here. So that's kind of annoying. And that's one of the things they did with the RMX versus that hostile lens, is just move that foam a little bit to give you a little bit better field of view. And I honestly think that if they got rid of that foam, if they move the foam down, that field of view would probably be exactly the same as this, the RMX. I think you can see just a little bit more on the RMX, like right here. But again, I mean, that's like minute shit, you know? It's such like a nitpicky small difference between the two. Although some people really don't like how you can see in between there's that gap. I don't really notice it when I play, but it's certainly something that people do not like and they talk about. So Proflex, I don't really notice it. The RMX, I'm curious about the weight, because having a lightweight mask is something also that I really, really like. Having heavy mask, it's like wearing a heavy bike helmet. Sometimes they have a heavy bike helmet on, it's like, god damn, it's just kind of really annoying. Let's find out. We're gonna weigh it in grams. This is the Carbon Zero, weighing in at 273 grams. The Proflex is a little bit heavier, 300 grams even. So 300 and, what the hell did I say? 300 and 272. This is a little heavier. The Zero is a little bit lighter. I think the RMX is going to be the second lightest out of these, at least. No, it's not. It's the heaviest at 317 grams. And you can feel it, but again, these are lightweight. I mean, obviously it's not a big bulky paintball mask, so it's already pretty lightweight. Certainly a lot lighter than the i5. The Dye i5, 332 grams. Nothing crazy, really. Nothing really dramatic, but lighter's better, I would say. Who's got questions about these things? Hit me up with some questions I can answer. The Virtue Vio is the best mask. I don't mind the Vio. The EVS is certainly heavy. Pew Pew Mike. Did I see an email from you today? I might have seen it today. I don't know if you sent it to me today. If I did, I'll reply tomorrow. If we didn't, I'll reply to whoever sent me an email. Curious how the Empire Flex vents would compare weight-wise. The Empire, like E-Flex. I have an E-Flex right behind me. This is an E-Flex right here. These are, I'm going to go with 338. Zero it out. Why does it say -3? Oh, I'm in milliliters too. We don't need to do milliliters. What did I say? I don't even know. 338? 333. So the same as, really the same as like the i5. So nothing's really like super crazy. We also have, if you guys are really curious, I will be adding, you know, some of these to the chart. There's a very bottom here. If we go to paintball masks and goggle chart, there is this crazy ass goddamn chart that we got to resize a little bit, but this should have all the weights and everything on there too. We can see the CMD from Carbear, the Bunker King Command, or CMD was always really lightweight. Look, we got the heaviest in there, the EVS, yeah. But I'll add this on here. This is a handy little chart if anyone's ever, you know, interested. There's also like a paintball harness chart, a hopper chart, a barrel weight chart, which I got to update the barrel one a little bit too. The harness one's probably good. This is really handy because we don't really, you know, a lot of these companies, they don't advertise the belt length, right? So like you look at the die packs and like the jet pack that they had, the belt was 58 inches long. And then if you got the better pack, it was only 50. It's like so much shorter. So those charts can be kind of helpful to somebody out there. And in the meantime, since we're here, maybe if, you know, you're at the Paintball Ruin My Life website here, you can hit that store button and, you know, check out these cool Paintball Ruin My Life hoodie I'm wearing. You can buy that right there. $50. Paintball Ruin My Life. There's more hoodies on there. There's some t-shirts, some long sleeves. You know, it's winter. Maybe you want to get yourself a Paintball Ruin My Life beanie. You can do that in 2 different styles. There's barrel covers. There's a 3-pack for $75 where you get to, like, you know, pick whichever barrel cover you want. Or I should say headband. But there are also 3-packs for barrel covers. Think about supporting the Paintball Ruin My Life store. Support it while you can. Yeah. That's masks, unless you guys have more questions. Chris, product review. Well, I don't know. That's the review. We're definitely not making a video. Yeah, I don't know. I'm only going to really... it's just new stuff that comes out. You know, if something new comes out... I'm going to make that not bright. If something new, interesting comes out, for sure. Like that QLS frame, hopefully we have soon. You know, we'll definitely have a Lux Air on here. So we need that, like, new, interesting stuff we'll for sure talk about. I'm going to move masks around. Bloop. bloop, bloop. What did we say? Super. What did you have for supper? Nothing for supper yet. It's only 4:45, so I don't eat yet. I'll eat later. Before this live stream, I had 3 eggs. I had 3 scrambled eggs. I had a bowl of mixed vegetables and some yogurt with granola, though. Maybe like 2 hours ago. Do those MacDev guns for those guys? Some brain says, dude, if I had a MacDev gun, I would. If we had one here, I'd open it up and did take a look at it and stuff. But I don't, because all this stuff that I have, all this paintball stuff I have comes from BFP gear, So I went over to the paintball store the other day, and when I say the paintball store, I don't know if I'm going to be able to click a quick link to go to the paintball stores. Somewhere in here, there's like a check out our paintball stores. I was at Sack Paintball. I guess it does say right there. I was at Sack Paintball store the other day. And that's where I got this thing. So I went over there and just borrowed one of these. This was actually their sample. This was like a sample, not like a sample, but like I don't know. HK Army just sent them over one to have for a little while before their big order got there so they could show customers. And that's what this is. So there's no like box and stuff for it. I don't know why I'm saying all this. But thankfully to BFP gear and, Sack Paintball, they're letting me borrow some stuff and I can just take it back. And if they had MacDev guns, I would do that. But, they don't have MacDev guns. So we got to kind of wait until they get stuff for me to, whatever. So like as soon as they have the Lux Airs, we will be doing a Lux Air kind of unboxing, kind of disassembly or something like that. I don't know what to call it. Have you a Tippmann C3 or ever used one? Do I have one or have I used one? I've never actually played paintball with the C3. I've kind of just shot the C3 when I worked at the paintball store. I worked at the store when we had those in stock, or we got one as a something demo or something like that. Maybe we got 2 of them or something. I don't know. I don't ever know if we sold them. But I just kind of dry fired and shot one. I always just thought it was weird because it smells like propane when you shoot. You're literally making little explosions in there and you can just smell the propane, which is just crazy. It's always just a little scary to me. Like, just a little weird. What do I use now? I don't know. I use a smattering of things, right? Like, if I'm ever reviewing something, that was always what I'd be using. And I kind of haven't had like a good gun because of that reason. So I was always like testing and reviewing guns. It's only been the last like year-ish or something like that, 2 years and a half or something, that I have not been doing any reviews. And because of that, I don't know. Because of doing the reviews for so long, I just never had a good gun. I was always because I was always just using random things. And just always used the EMEC if I wasn't reviewing something or whatever. And I don't know, just haven't bought anything really. I just keep using the EMEC. I mean, I freaking love the EMEC. I think it's amazing. If I had I'd use a G6R too. I'd love a G6R. I just can't bring myself to spend like $700 for a gun that's like so old or whatever. It's crazy how those things have like increased in value in the last few years or something. So just the EMEC, just because, I don't know, I freaking love the EMEC. Something about it just being cheap and rugged, and it just works, and I don't have to do any maintenance, and I just don't know. It's freaking great. But that's me not playing tournaments. If I was playing tournament paintball still, I'd be obviously probably using something differently. It would not be a freaking EMEC. Because that really would not get the job done. We have another new pro paintball team. Not new. I guess they are new. We have Collision. Collision. Oh, geez. I don't know. Collision got 3rd overall last year in the semi-pro division. Obviously getting 3rd place you do not get invited to play pro. Only the top team, that first place team, gets invited to play pro from the semi-pro division. But Collision purchased a pro spot this year to be able to, I'm trying to find out who actually, the Tauntauns sold their spot to Collision. So the Tauntauns were not going to play 2026. So they sold their pro spot to Collision. But as some of us do know, the Tauntauns sold their spot, but they will be back. Oh my God, dude. There's so much happening in pro paintball that I cannot keep track. The Tauntauns, what in the hell are the Tauntauns doing? Tauntauns sell their spot to Collision. The Tauntauns teamed up. No, that's not what happened. Dude, I don't know. God damn it. Who knows in this chat? What the hell happened to the Tauntauns? Anyway, Collision are playing pro. And we don't know Collision's full entire roster, but they definitely picked up two gentlemen. We see right here in Brandon Trejo and Frank Antetomaso. Frank's been playing for quite some time. Went pro in 2019 with Aftermath. Has played for the Revo. He played for the Bears for a little bit. The Brooklyn Bears. Played for the Ironmen this year. And then Brandon, he played last year 2 years. The 2 years he's been pro with Aftermath. I think it probably makes sense him going over to Collision. Collision also a Los Angeles-based team, such as Aftermath. And yeah, they just picked up two players. We'll have to see how Collision do. You know, typically these teams that are coming up in the semi-pro don't do very good. Collision will be the bottom of the league. Yeah, probably. Man, who knows what happened to the Tauntauns? I don't remember. I'm like blanking. Tauntauns are combining with Arsenal? God damn it. Are they though? Because that's what I wrote down here, and then that's what I was gonna say. Because I have this thing called Tauntaun Arsenal, and I say ownership group. Okay, there we go. The ownership group of Ben Carroll, formerly of Revo, Brett Messer, and Colin Lester are announcing the merger of Arsenal and the Tauntauns. Yeah, I just got like confused because Tom 4 like merging. I just got like confused there because I'm like, wait, didn't Tom 4 buy? He's going to Dynasty, and then I don't know. Just so much has happened. Before the start of the year, here we go right here. Here's the actual like announcement. But before the start of the year, I definitely want to go through and try and in one of these live streams, we'll go through and like I'll have a list of like everything that's happened. Mostly everything that's happened. I'm not going to make a list of all the player movement because that's a bit much. But I definitely want to go through and we're going to iron out what's happened to all these teams because there's been so much just movement. You know, the Hurricanes have a new owner and there's like 3 new pro teams or 4 new pro teams. I don't know. So we'll have to go through. Freaking, there's so many new teams. It's crazy. And I have the memory of like a dumb person. They got in like a boating accident or something. That's what happened to me. I got in a boating accident. Okay. So that's good. We know the Tauntauns. I don't know. Tauntauns and Arsenal. We also have more. We have like even more pro roster stuff that's happened. We have Houston Heat. Houston Heat add. Did I ever talk about this? No, we didn't. Okay. Houston Heat had 3 new players. Louis Betancourt right there. Played pro for some time. Spent 2 years with NYX originally. Spent last year with NRG, but only played 1 tournament last year. And I didn't actually play in 2024. Louis right here didn't actually play in 2024. So he's not really played super recently. They have Rob Velez. Rob Velez, hyper veteran. We'll say maybe new, I don't know, some sort of new leader or something over there for Houston Heat. Rob Velez has played pro for 14 years now. Played for Aftershock, played with Aftershock for a very long time. That's probably where maybe most of us who've been around paintball probably think of Rob Velez with Aftershock. But he has played with Aftermath and Impact, Revo, and most recently with Infamous. But getting added to the unknown Houston Heat roster. As I said, Houston Heat have also, maybe I didn't say this, but Houston Heat also have some new owners. Look at, they're wearing the same jersey. Austin Buffton also going to Houston Heat. Austin Buffton has essentially spent most of his time with NRG. There was a very brief period where NRG were not in the pro division, and he did play for the Bears. Alan Buffton, his father, was the owner of NRG Elite, and from what I remember, was purchasing Houston Heat because Sarge Randy Smith was going to step away from pro paintball and selling the team to Alan Buffton. But Austin Buffton said this: "I am beyond excited and grateful to be part of such a legendary organization. Thank you to the whole Smith family for a surreal opportunity. I'm eager to learn from some of the best to ever do it. Looking forward to a successful 2026 season." I said thank you to the whole Smith family. So I don't really understand. Like, are they still, or, the Smiths still owning Houston Heat? I don't know. I thought that Alan Buffton was going to be the new owner. Mark in the chat asks, where is Pat Kraft? I don't know. That's a good question. Was he with the Iron Man? I get so lost. Fucking, like I said, I get so confused. So Houston Heat adding guys. And there are 2 other little things that I think that are good we should talk about. Go over to this real quick, to the YouTube. This came out a few days ago. The LEDs, I don't know, we're going to call it the Immortal Legends LEDs Beyond the 50 by Planet Eclipse. That's a interesting title. Don't do that title. You should just kill this whole thing even. Just get rid of that even. Or even this. Just the whole thing. Just go beyond the 50. Sorry. All these are really, really good though. I think Dan Napoli actually made this. I believe it's very well made. So tells the story really of just LEDs. Led's one of the owners, founders of Planet Eclipse. We've talked about him a handful of times in these videos right there. Led's playing with the Banzai Bandits. The Banzai Bandits. Yep, the Banzai Bandits right there at the 1996 Hyperball World Championships. Oh, there's Jed. That's the guy who owned Angel. He's a kind of a not very known figure. He's kind of always been in the background. He's also the guy that's responsible for the MPPL, essentially. I mean, without that guy, the MPPL 7-man you know, Huntington Beach and stuff like that would never have happened. So I would go watch this. Go to the Planet Eclipse YouTube channel. It's great. You might see some familiar faces in there. Like, there's Junior. A new San Diego Dynasty head coach. There's Dynasty player. This looks like it was filmed in Vegas or something. But it's really good. It's cool. I also want to share the NXL make or break. This is not what I thought it was. You know, when I clicked this, I was really kind of hoping it was going to be they did like the Road to World Cup where they talked about like, I don't know, World Cup stuff, you know, they like, I don't know. NXL made the like documentary before World Cup that was just really well made, and was kind of, it looks like someone farted. It was just really well made, and I kind of was hoping that this was going to be that again, some sort of high quality documentary. It is not. I think someone farted. Brady's like, yeah, you and you both farted. Okay, probably not, but I didn't know what this was, and it's really just a bunch of raw footage from World Cup, and very good footage. I don't know. I also don't know what's happened. I don't know what has happened, but in the last like year, it might be that the two new guys that are working for the NXL, your names are blanking. I'm escaping me right now, but I've noticed a lot of like, we'll say like behind the scenes footage, or like a lot of very like candid players talking to each other, or, you know, team meetings where like no one's holding back anything really. It's just a normal team meeting, even though these cameras are like deep into like listening.
It's fine. We can. I mean, I don't have anything to say right now. I have one thing to say.
Yeah.
It's the little things, guys. We've got to tighten up.
You know when you got shot, when you shouldn't have gotten shot. Remember that moment. And from this day to the next event, work.
But look at this conversation.
I was thinking Arturo was good right there. Maybe we're down by one. And I was yelling across the field. I was like, Joe, it's just me and you. And Arturo was posted on the thing. And I'm just fucking squeegeeing out my gun. I wanted to do that little jump in and out to try to make bait mouse to come get me. I just couldn't. Like, you guys blew the horn too early, but like, fuck.
Well, it didn't look like we weren't moving anymore.
And then like talk more, and it's like, it's just very interesting. We're like really right there listening to their conversation. So I don't know if somebody like walked around to the players and was like, hey, we're going to be filming, and you got to always like be candid and real. Don't be like hold anything back, and like be comfortable with us there, because for the NXL to get like this cool footage, right, that's like interesting and like intriguing, the players have to be open and willing to just like, you have to be loose and like not be like, oh, they're filming us, and like, you know, walk away and try to like, you know, talk all quiet. You have to be willing to like be vulnerable in those situations. You know, it's like we drive to survive. We always talk about Formula One, and you know, paintball's not gonna, it's so not even close to that shit. So comparing us to the Drive to Survive stuff drives me fucking crazy. Like, I don't know, but we're gonna do it. You know, F1, the reason they're able to get those like crazy moments is because like the cameras are right there all the time, and the like drivers are most of the time kind of candid, but I really like to see that from the players. It's really kind of interesting because it gives us like a deeper perspective of what's actually happening. And this isn't just Dynasty either. So this is about 40 minutes, and it's a lot of teams. There's about 10 teams where they like really get into like the huddles and stuff and the pits. It's really cool. There's a part, this is one of the best parts of this whole thing.
I don't want to be the one to send that text message just to you during the off season like the rest of these motherfuckers did. I want to tell like my team together all at the same time. Yeah, like I've been here since 2016, man, and I don't know nothing else outside of, you know, work.
This will make me cry too.
And you know, I thought all year.
I think it's
like,
awesome, dude.
What I'm gonna do, and you guys know I'm trying to do some other things.
Everybody's crying in this video, though. Mark starts crying. Everybody starts crying. It's really great. There was Mark right there. Clint's crying. It's
Hero
great.
here for Houston Heat.
Houston Heat has a whole part in here. It's good stuff. I would go watch it. It's lots of cool, like, behind the scenes storytelling stuff that I really enjoyed. So there's a very good Planet Eclipse video you should go watch, and also a very good Major League Paintball NXL video. I don't know what to call them anymore. Should we call them the NXL, or should I call it Major League Paintball? I don't know. I don't like this part of this beanie. I normally don't look at the side of my head, so it doesn't bother me. Yeah. What was I talking about? I don't know. Yeah. What the, like, I'm so confused about, like, really though, what do I call? Do I call it Major League Paintball or do I call it the NXL? I don't know. What do I call it? Because they say this is Major League Paintball's channel, but like, we call it the NXL still? And like, there's Major League Paintball logos all over everything? I don't fucking know. I don't even know. It's so confusing. I don't like it. Verbal. We call it the NXL. But why do they have Major League Paintball logos on everything then? Because the part that's weird to me is like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Just like Major League, you know, there's Major League Paintball logos all over the bunkers and everything. There's like the huge ass one at the freaking, they like spray paint that one on the ground. This is on the Major League Paintball channel. I mean, at one point, I think the whole concept was to try to like make one like entity that they could put like the NXL in, they could put the WNXL in, they could put the UWL in, like maybe a 3-man league. Maybe like all those things could be like in one entity or something. But I don't know. Okay, 10-man. There's a 10-man too. But I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think that, like, you know, one of the things that was really confusing about the NXL is, like, Tom would always say that, like, you know, no one knows what the hell the National X-Ball League is. You know, like, what the fuck is that? Like, what? What is this? So, renaming it Major League Paintball is just more obvious, right? So, I don't know. So, but that doesn't work with the umbrella thing, though, because, like, you still have the NXL, you know, so what the hell is the NXL? I don't know. I just don't know what to call it. Do I call it the NXL? Do I call it Major League Paintball? Is like the pro only Major League Paintball? Maybe like divisional is the NXL? So, I don't know. I don't know. It's just really confusing. And like, I think this even makes it more confusing. So like, do they have different like websites and stuff like that? Like if I go to nxlpaintball.com and I go to Major League Paintball? Whoa, Major League Paintball, the NXL. See, why is this logo here with these logos then? What is the difference between Major League Paintball and the NXL? Compete. Competing in Major League Paintball is an incredible opportunity. Maybe if we go to the About page, we can learn. Because, see, they have all this up here, though. Because if the NXL and Major League Paintball were separate, you probably shouldn't have the WNXL and, like, this stuff here, right? They should have, like, their own thing. More information. I don't want to contact anybody. Major League Paintball is a professional sports organization that serves as the governing body for competitive paintball. The organization was established in 2015. Well, that's not true. And is currently headquartered in the United States. MLPB is responsible for setting and enforcing rules and regulations for competitive paintball, as well as organizations in promoting professional paintball events across the globe. Our goal at MLPB is to provide a safe and fair playing environment for players of all skills and promote paintball as a legitimate and respectable sport. Through its efforts, Major League Paintball has become a recognized and influential organization in the world of competitive paintball. So that just sounds like it's the NXL. I don't know. I just want to know what to call it. All right, well, how's everyone doing? What are you guys doing tonight? Anyone doing anything fun? But it's weird because the MLB doesn't govern all of baseball or the NFL all of football. It's true. If they were like trying to make Major League Paintball a governing body, though, why would you name it Major League Paintball too? And like, I don't know. Is there like a, like, what about like the EPBF? The European Paintball Federation. There's also this. I don't think that in America, the US, I don't think we've ever had like a governing body, though. Is a European Paintball Federation, a group of scenario paintball players. I don't fucking know. This is what I'm looking for. So this is like the European governing body. But Europe's like more into this stuff. They have like all these governing bodies and stuff. Like the US, we really kind of don't have this kind of stuff. I don't know. I was hoping we'd just like rebrand the NXL completely and just get rid of the NXL branding completely. That makes sense to me. Just like wipe out the NXL branding completely. Just get rid of all of it. And everything is now Major League Paintball. The NXL does not exist anymore. It's all called Major League Paintball. That's all. MLPB. And then you could have like the W Major League Paintball or something like that. But then that kind of gets confusing when we're talking about the divisional teams too. So it's like, I don't know. Are the D3 teams Major League Paintball people? I don't know. Ooh, what's Verbal saying about a trademark? So a huge part of it is they don't have the NXL trademark. So they need the MLB trademark, MLPB trademark and branding to defund the brand. They don't own the NXL trademark? Who owns the NXL trademark? That would make sense, though, because the original National X-Ball League. But who would own it? Who started the NXL? Like, didn't, God damn, I don't know. This is 2004. You're asking me to remember something from 2004. Oh, maybe you do have to pro caps. I was starting to think it was Gino, and then I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, to keep your trademark, do you have to like keep paying it and stuff? I don't know. Anyway, one of the many things in paintball that's confusing. You know, maybe if you're in here right now, give the live stream a like. If you're a channel member, here on YouTube, next live stream, there will be a giveaway for channel members. I don't know what we're going to give away. We got a bunch of stuff down there, though. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm looking at a Hormesis headband right now. There's more headbands down there. We got some barrel kits. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll make it like a pick your own giveaway. We'll do like a bunch of different things and like you can pick whichever stuff you want. That's what we'll do. Only going to be available to channel members though. You know, channel members get early access to videos on here. You get exclusive members only videos, members only live streams. We're going to do a members only live stream. Actually, you know what? I just thought of that. We should be okay, right? A members only live stream will be on the first. I always do a members only live stream the very first Thursday of the month. And it will be on the first January 1st this year, which is interesting. So yeah, maybe if you want to support this thing, think about becoming a member. All you channel members, it really does. I mean, you know, it really is helpful. $100,000 for a team franchise. What are we talking about? The Gardeners. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, man, the Gardeners, they didn't own any part of the NXL. I need the MLPB logos, though, so they can copyright strike videos and illegally used content. Huh. I got a copyright strike once from them even. Which is interesting, but yeah. Which is, you know, I kind of understand though, but you know, I don't know about the copyright strike. They could have just messaged me, you know. What are we talking about Chuck Hench for? Chuck Hench was the president of the MPPL for some time there. Previously, Tom Cole was the president of the NFCL. Huh. Crazy broadcast stuff. I hope we have more broadcast stuff, though. I hope, like, I don't know. I just want people to be fun. That's all I care about. So, whether it's on, like, ESPN or not, I don't know if that has any bearing on whether it's fun or not in my book. I don't know. We got all the... I want to tell people to go over to a link in the description. There's a link in the description to go over and vote for the Summit Awards. I'm actually nominated somewhere here for Video of the Year. It's awarded to the most impactful and memorable video of the year. You can go vote for the prototype that finally beat a paintball dynasty. You betcha. So go vote over there for this video. The prototype that finally beat a paintball dynasty. What are we at? 202,000, almost 203. That's pretty good. Go vote. I'm not going to be there though, so I'm not going to, even if I win the thing, I don't know. I'm not going to be there, so. Not going to happen. Probably are definitely right. None of these youths are going to see it on ESPN anyways. The demo that it needs to capture, 100%. I don't even know 100%. I don't know, like, I mean, you think about, like, young kids and, like, I mean, if we want, like, younger people to see paintball, the only place is the internet, right? I mean, obviously, TV is not the place. I mean, it needs to be on, like, we need to... I don't know. I honestly don't know, right? I'm like, oh, yeah, we need to be on, like, TikTok and, like, you know, wherever the kids are, but... I don't know. I'm not really sure. We need iShow speed to play. I don't know. I would love to know, like, what actually converts people into playing, you know? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm just not sure. You know, like, HK Army had that, like, thing when they had all the, like, live streamer people or whatever people, like, played some tournament. And, you know, they had, like, thousands of people, like, you know, not... I mean, I guess there were thousands watching live. There were tens of thousands watching live. I mean, they maybe even had 100. I mean, it was a lot of people watching. And it's like, I don't know, does that, like, you know, does that do anything? Like, do people care at all? Is it just like, I don't know. I don't know. Bert, what'd you say? I've had the most people come up to me and say they saw one of my videos on TikTok and it led them to come play at Paintball Fit. I wonder if it's like, do you think the glow ball stuff is really appealing? I mean, it looks cool, but does it like convert to people playing? I know people have told me they've watched my videos and started playing paintball, which I find mind-blowing. Like, really? Like I get yours, right? Because they're like exciting, like clips and stuff like that. It looks cool. Like, I'm like just talking about paintball, so it's like super boring. Glow, I don't know what I even ask. It never performs well. I don't even remember what I asked. Like converting people or something. The glow is cool though because it's such a more casual crowd for sure. That's what I like. I mean, that's what I want that in paintball again. I want the more casual crowd and more casual just having fun. I do. There is the glow ball coming here. There's going to be an event at Capitol Edge. Ooh, in like a couple weeks or like 3 weeks or something like that. Ooh, I don't know. I've forgotten. Let's go look really fast. Let's close some of this stuff. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Let's go HK Army install Instagram. I know they put like a thing up about it. Is it really this long ago? Action Star ASG. Oh, there we go. January 24th. I don't know. It's so fucking cold though, you know, like I don't know. It's like at night in the winter, it's like, man, like right now it's 45, 43 to, no, what am I talking about? 45 degrees outside. You know, I don't know. And it's only 5:30, so it's like, I don't know. It's gonna be cold, so I don't know. We'll see. I definitely want to go watch and at least like check it out and like see how it goes. Beer League 3, man, for sure. I don't even think tournaments are the answer. I don't like tournaments. I don't know. I just don't like tournaments. I know the weather has been crazy. I saw it was like 80 degrees today in like Dallas or some shit. I was like, oh my God. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just so turned off with paintball tournaments. I just want to like, I don't know. They're just too serious for me, and I don't want to be all serious anymore. I just want to roll around in the woods, honestly. I just want to do some like barrel rolls and army crawling in the woods. I don't know. Those are all my paintball topics. Small baller says pump action paintball is more fun. I don't like pump. I just don't want to pump the goddamn thing, I don't have to shoot fast. I'm fine with not shooting fast. I'm perfectly fine with not shooting fast. I just don't want to pump the goddamn thing. I just don't want to deal with pumping it, Although, I've not really ever played pump either, so there's also that. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. It is like the problem with video games now, too. I just want to have some fun and not have to sweat super hard. It really is kind of a problem with video games, huh? Like, remember back in the day, like 20 years ago or something, you used to be able to, like, sit down and just play video games for a little bit. You could just play a game for a little while. And now it's, like, so involving. There's, like, so much you have to know and, like, you gotta, like, understand, though. There's so much more information you just have to know, where it's less like, there's less casual gaming, where it seems like maybe most of that casual gaming's all on phones, though, now. People will play, like, phone games, but I don't know. We need a wiki for paintball. I've actually written on the Wikipedia for paintball. I was gonna start doing that. I don't even know if we need it now, though. Like, AI is kind of like, unfortunately, made some of that stuff. I don't know. Maybe not. Just because it knows so much, but it's so wrong so often that I don't know. Gush says, paintball pump is awesome, especially when you one ball some dude with an electro. Yeah, they really don't like that, do they? I don't like it either. I mean, for sure, I get it. Definitely. Yeah, indoor fields are essential in the northern states. I can only imagine, like, I was looking at the weather today, and I was like, yeah, I went to the paintball field yesterday, and it was really, really cold, because it was all, like, foggy here. And I was looking at weather other places, and I was like, man, it's so much worse other places, too. So it's like, at least living in California, we have, like, good weather. It's expensive, and I don't know. It's woke, I guess, or something. I don't know. I don't got anything else. I don't know what to talk about now. Hit me up with your questions. One thing I like is the MLPB, though. They are doing is they're uploading, like, a lot of their videos, a lot of the X-Ball videos and stuff. Like, Major League Paintball. I was watching that early. Major League Paintball. I just really like how they're actually uploading the matches. Like, I mean, here we are on the Major League Paintball channel. Does the NXL have, like, a YouTube channel? Or did they change it? That's what I'm saying. See, look, they changed this. There is no NXL YouTube, but I really like how they're not doing split deck. These matches, they, like, edit the shit out of them. So look, it's only 17 minutes of actual playtime, but it's just a full match. So, like, they're just cropping out and cutting out all of the other stuff, which I really like. I think that uploading them like this has increased the amount of views on the channel. And that's also something that needs to be done. They've been experimenting with thumbnails. You can see they've been changing thumbnails quite a bit. Some of them are not the greatest, but they've improved, I would say, a bit. These are definitely better than the previous ones. So yeah, like I like this. I like how they're doing the split deck stuff. I think they're doing a good job on YouTube, at least. I don't really look at the other social stuff so much, so. But I like it. Split deck's good. No, split deck's bad. I like how they're getting rid of the whatever. Jeff, putting it behind a paywall is tough. I know, for sure. I totally agree. I mean, like 100%, like 1,000%. You know, like, for instance, like on YouTube, I watch a lot of weird ass stuff, right? Like, you know, one of the things like Red Bull always does like crazy, like Red Bull Ram, oops, I should actually type like Red Bull Rampage, right? Like, this is just like, we're not going to actually watch this. They'll probably kick us off for it, but we'll just go and pause it really fast. Red Bull Rampage is like really good, and it's live on YouTube. They don't put this behind a paywall or anything. And like, if this was behind a paywall, this is like a crazy downhill mountain bike race. Like, well, I mean, like, it's absolutely psycho. Like, I mean, look at they're like starting on the top of these cliff, you know, and just ride off a fucking cliff, essentially. But it's nuts, right? And like, I wouldn't watch this if it was behind a paywall. Like, I'm not going to pay to watch this because I have zero interest really in mountain biking like this. So I'm not going to pay $10 to watch this. So like, if they put this behind a paywall, you can see this has like 1.2 million views. If it was paywalled, it'd be like 10,000. So like, nobody would see it. They'd make more money, maybe, but nobody would see it. So for like, you know, growing mountain biking or for promoting the sponsors and stuff like that, certainly putting it behind a paywall is not the greatest, right? It makes it really hard for new people to see it because, I don't know, I'm not going to pay to watch something I don't know what it is. But the NXL aren't like that bad with it, right? I mean, they definitely do stream quite a bit of stuff, right? I mean, here's pro matches for 4.5 hours all day on Sunday or on Saturday, and there's constantly stuff for free. But I do agree, I really would like the whole thing to be live on YouTube or Facebook or, you know, wherever. Because I think that the finals are the things that are going to get like the best like views anyway. They're the most exciting thing, right? It's not Friday afternoon. It's going to be, you know, that Sunday match at 3:00 where we're getting, you know, Dynasty and Damage Player, Paintball Fit and whoever are playing each other. So putting it behind the paywall there sucks, but yeah, I get it though. You know, it's like, it costs so much money to make that they just have to, right? I mean, they can't be losing like tens and tens of thousands of dollars, like 150, 200 grand, you know, every tournament. So that money's got to come from somewhere, you know. The webcast can't lose $1 million every year. It's crazy, you know, and it's a lot to produce these things. I mean, they have tens of people working there. There's probably like 40 people working, you know, they're just on the weekend. They have all the equipment costs. It's like, it's just really expensive to do it. So you can't be losing millions of dollars. Yeah, it's expensive. Bart's not that rich. You just can't do it. So they got to try to like, you know, recoup that cost somehow. I don't know. I know that they don't want it to be a paywall. I mean, I feel like the ultimate thing is it's free for everybody, right? But it's not, you know, regular TV's not like that. You know, you can't watch ESPN for free. You know, I can't watch the NFL for free. I mean, it might be on like, over the air TV sometimes. Like I might be able to put my antenna up and watch like, a game a month or something. You could get more than that. You could watch football every week, really. But, I can't really watch the NBA, or there's a lot of things you just can't watch. They might be on regular TV, but, I'm paying $80 a month or whatever for cable, or the fucking crazy ass prices. So, yeah. Some brains. Go Sports wastes a lot of money on broadcast architecture. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't even know what that means. Like antennas and stuff? That's what I think about. Yeah, I don't pay for TV. I honestly just pirate everything. It's just totally not worth it. And I actually did think about getting an HD antenna. I really did think about getting an antenna. I was like, I wonder if I could. Not that I really need it. It doesn't, I don't know, I can watch everything anyway. Funny. Yeah, Go Sports, they spend a lot of money on like equipment, but that's why the webcast is not bad, There's a reason why it looks pretty good and whatever. Anyway. All right, you sons of bitches. I'm going to go. Unless we got something else cool to talk about. I don't know. I want to play paintball. I really wanted to play this weekend, but it was so cold. And it's supposed to rain again a bunch this week. I'm definitely not going to play if it's raining. Fucking rain. I don't know. I guess maybe next time I'll play it might be at the Glow Ball event. That would be interesting. I want to watch that one battle after another movie. Tell me you haven't seen the movie. Which movie? Oh, Hackers? I've seen Hackers. I was like, how old was that? How old was I when that movie came out? I was 11. So I was probably like 12 when I watched that. So I watched that movie. It's so weird. It was very like visually appealing to me at that age. Because everybody was like super 90s. Like, I don't even know. It's probably like, what are you talking about? The movie Hackers from the 90s. It was a very 90s movie. But everybody kind of just looked cool, right? Didn't they just look cool? I don't know that guy's name, but that's obviously Angelina Jolie. I really liked it just looked cool. They were like on rollerblades all the time, which is really weird. It would be like, I don't know. Now if I watch this, I'd be like, oh my god. She is hot, Angelina Jolie. She looks funny in this movie, though. I mean, she's a whack job, though. I mean, most of these people are all goddamn whack jobs. All right. If you're a channel member, come back Thursday. Thursday, we're going to do a members-only live stream. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll have something. I got some things, actually. We got some... I got some up my sleeve. If not, we'll, come back next Monday for another installment of the Paintball Ruined My Life live stream. And next week, I'm going to try and have... So next week, I'll try to have the QLS. We'll have the QLS, and I'll still have this. I'll have the QLS, and we'll, look at the QLS, the JT Proflex QLS frame. And then we'll, I don't know, maybe talk about it with the RMX next to it. I know that the QLS frame, I don't know, it doesn't seem like that easy to use. So we'll experiment with it. As Roller Girl? Was she Roller Girl? I don't know her name. What was her handle? I don't know. Dang, that's so funny. I was very, like, visually appealing. I just remember really liking the way it looked, the movie. And then The Matrix came out, like, 3 years later. All these computer movies in the 90s. So weird. All right, sons of bitches. We'll see you later. Come back Monday. Oh. And, I don't know. Enjoy your New Year's. Stay safe. Don't, go drink and drive or anything. Just a good tip. All right, see you later.